Okay, this video is going to show how to do a spotlight render, or at least the way I do it. So here we go. Here's the V-Ray builder. I have assigned materials. I use Blur Studio 2 a lot, and as a normal render, here's how this one looks. It's just a metal, slight reflection, yada yada yada. Okay, so that's how it looks as a normal render. And the first thing that we have to do is tone down, well, let's add the light first. So we want a spotlight. So we come over to the render menu, and right here is create spotlight. So as a matter of fact, let's switch to the white layer. The way I always do this is I go click at the center, make the spot, then let's zoom out here and zoom out here so we can see what's going on. Then I determine how far away I want this to be in this viewport, and then I hold down control. So I'm holding down control and then I click, and then I can come over to another viewport. This is called elevator mode in Rhino, and then I can make this coming from up here too. Okay, so you can do the whole layout for the light in one click. Now, if you want to manipulate the light anyway, though, you select the light, turn on the control points, and then you get a dot for the fall off. That's called the fall off. You get a dot, oh geez, right here for the hotspot of the light. And the closer the hotspot is to the fall off, the harder edge the light is. So let's play around with that a little bit. So there's fall off, there's hotspot. Okay. Alright, so now if we go ahead and render this as it is right now, let me hit pause while it renders. There's our render. We are getting a spotlight. It's not big enough, and our shadow is cutting into it, so it's not very dramatic as far as the lighting goes. So let's go ahead and let's open this up. And we'll do another quick render. Okay, so with those settings, there's our spotlight, and I'll show you where the controls are for the rest of this, though, in case you want to manipulate it. Okay, so the intensity of the light, let's hit escape. There we go. So now if we go edit, object properties, there's the properties of the light. So if we go here, it might default to object. And then if we click up here, we can go to light. The multiplier is how bright the light is. There's the color of the light. Okay. I'm not going to go through all these, but that's how you can control how bright it is for the light itself. Okay. So you can mess around with that. And then if you want the environment to be a little darker so that the spotlight is more noticeable, then you come over here to the V-Ray options and you go to the GI, global illumination, and if you turn that off, actually if you can either put 0 here or flat out turn it off. I don't usually turn it off. Well, we'll do it for the movie. Alright, so let's go ahead and render that. Okay, so there's no global illumination at all, and the only illumination is coming from the light. And so you get hard shadows, just to be expected. And you can see that this is a hard edge here because of the proximity of the fall off to the hotspot. But if we come out here and turn on the control points, and then we pull the fall off away from the hotspot, That's by trial and error. Now let's go ahead and render that again. Okay, so now as you can see, the edge gets softer and we get more fade between where it's dark and where it's light. The other thing you can do is, let's go ahead and pull this back in a little, and you can come back to the let's go here. You can turn GI on and put in a value of like 0.2 or something really low, and now let's go ahead and render that. Okay, so now you can see we have some fill light. We get at least an idea what's going on out here. But since the only light that is in this scene is from that light, it's really hard to light this well. So I don't really try. To me, this render is all set up for the background. So let's go ahead and save this. Let's go to the desktop here, and I'm going to save this as a Targa file. So this is the background. Bacon background. There we go. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and either get rid of or hide the light and put this back to 1. Okay, and then I'm going to do a regular render, and let's go ahead and do that. This renders so fast, I'll just let it go. Okay, so now we have brighter. We have a nice reflection of the wood in here, and now we'll save this as the foreground, I guess. Alright, and then we'll use the render compositor, which is here. And we click on the box, and we go to the desktop, and we go to foreground, and then foreground again, and then background, and we hit composite, and we take the transparency. Oh, you know what? You have to use the background here. Let me do that. Composite. Uh-oh. I made a mistake somewhere. Hang on, let me fix this. Okay, here's the problem. Might as well know this. The background I used was bamboo, and it had alpha on. That has to be like that. We don't want alpha on this background. So we'll select that and hit go. We must have whiffed that one. These, yeah. Those are all on. That's a drag. So watch out for these woods here. Those should be off. Okay. Let's render this again. This is our good render, and I have it on the alpha channel. So now you can see here's the color, and there's the alpha, and all we want is this white. That's what we're looking for in that Targa file. So we save this as the foreground. Yes, I do. Okay. So there's that. Now we do this again. Foreground, foreground, background, and composite. There's what we're looking for. So if we slide this all the way down, we have just the foreground. If we slide this all the way this way, we have the background, but we have the good image from the ring cut out by that alpha mask. So we have a better lit image So then you can just save this out as a JPEG or whatever. And that's how you can get the spotlight look and still a good rendered image in the background.